What makes cute music cute? What even is cute music? When I think of cute music, what usually comes to mind are some specific producers like Snail's House, Cute Girls Doing Cute Things, Dark Cat, In Love with a Ghost, Tsundere Twin Tails, Sean Wasabi, Limbo, Hyper Potions, Dad's Computer, You Know Me, Horamaki Gohan, Michi M, the list goes on, but you get the idea. Kawaii stuff, you feel? Around the 1940s, a man by the name of Konrad Lorenz was researching cuteness and proposed the idea that when qualities that our human babies exhibit are observed in other things, a motivation to care for those things is activated. I mean, just look at these little guys. You don't want to hurt them, do you? If you do, you're terrible. How would we qualify the cuteness of the music, though? For that, we need to look at our culture. Now, I could go back all the way to like the 1800s and do a whole music history thing trying to derive cuteness from the way that music evolved over time using modern cuteness theory. I mean, it can't just be a coincidence that we sing our ABCs to Mozart, right? That sounds super boring though, and you don't need all that analysis to know that the theme song of your toddler's favorite TV show is pretty cute. Let's just look at some of the cutest things that we've made in the past 100 years or so and break them down into ideas that we can apply to music. There's the Moomins in 1945, Miffy the Bunny and Fisher-Price Little People in the 50s, Easy Bake Oven in the 60s, Gary Doll's Pet Rocks and Hello Kitty in the 70s, and probably the three most important contributions to cute culture regarding the music we're discussing: the rippling effect of Disney's contributions to children's media, video games in the 80s, and the rise of Japanese anime's popularity in the Western world from the 70s onwards. All of these things have a couple of key qualities that we can extract and apply to music: simplification and intention. Simplicity is easy enough to understand. Real cats don't look like Hello Kitty, of course. Intention needs a bit of qualification though. It's a good thing that it's one of my favorite reasons that I listen to this type of music. Take any kid's toy, book, movie, pretty much anything that a kid would ask their mom to get at the supermarket. Aside from capital gain for the manufacturer, what is its purpose? Probably just to bring joy or comfort to the receiving child. It might sound simple, but when you really think about it, the only reason that the makers of these products even continue making them is because that purpose usually gets fulfilled when those things are purchased. And the caretaker of the child getting the toy is really only buying it because they want that child to experience joy or comfort first and foremost. You might say this is a weak argument, since after all, a lot of music that isn't necessarily cute is made for joy or comfort. But to that I would say that the makers of cute music think about it in a way that's closer to a child's thinking, which is what gives it that cute factor. Their priority in making music is to make it because it's fun, and not necessarily because it's a way to escape whatever despair you might be feeling in real life, or because it can resonate with you on an adult level of complex emotion. Nah, forget all that, it's just fun. That still doesn't tell us why a lot of what fans of kawaii music like sounds the way it does though, aside from typically cheerful melodic or harmonic content. For the actual sound design or timbre of cute music, we need to look to those three important contributions to pop culture cuteness. Video games, cartoons, and anime in particular have been like a feedback loop of cuteness. Pikachu's been made cuter over time. Yoshi went from just living in a craft-like world to being a result of arts and crafts himself. Teen Titans got a cute, more cartoony spin-off series, and you can watch an anime about three little girls just hanging out in their hideout and doing little girl things in their town right now if you wanted to. This might be a bit of a stretch here, and there are a lot of other factors to consider, but if you say that early computers, by comparison to today's computers, are a bit like baby computers, then we might just have a case for cuteness, according to Konrad Lorenz's findings regarding the sound design of cute music derived from video games. As for Western cartoons, classical music had been expressing otherworldly imagination for quite some time before cartoons were even a thing. The creatives at Disney and Warner Brothers just had the mind to put the two together, and when you see cute little characters on the screen with some music, you might end up associating certain qualities of that music with the cuteness of the characters on screen. Contrary to Western animations of the era that Cyoot producers grew up in, mainstream Japanese anime, if you can even call it mainstream at the time, often had more complex and compelling plot lines and motivations to the characters. You would otherwise probably have to look to comic books to find the same level of depth. Western production has since sort of adopted the idea of great storytelling. Avatar, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, and Kipo are proof of that. In the same way that we can hear the cuteness in the music according to how baby-like it is, we also have a sense of a more romantic kind of cuteness that we get from maybe associating some qualities of the music with endearing traits we'd like to see in a love interest or something like that. This is qualified by the origin of the word cute, which in its earliest form was just synonymous with how pretty a woman was. So now that I've got the why out of the way, from this point on in this video series, I'd like to take a look at exactly how some of my favorite producers are able to get some cuteness into their productions. If you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the cute little thumbs up button and maybe subscribing if you want to know more about the making of Cyoot.